Welcome back to TC 911 Beyond the Call, the Tarrant County 911 District Podcast. This is episode 8, and I am your host, Abbey, the Communications Coordinator at Tarrant County 911 District. And today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Irving's 911 Communication Manager, Kendall. Hello, Kendall. How are you doing today?
I'm great, Abby. How are you?
I am fantastic. Thanks for joining me on my podcast today. I know as a manager, your time can be sometimes a little restrictive on all the tasks and duties you have as a comm manager in 911.
You get pulled lots of different directions.
All right, wear many hats, don't you?
Many hats.
Oh, boy. So, Kendall, how long have you been working at the city of Irving?
So I started in the city in 1997 as a dispatcher. Got hired on as a dispatcher, trained fully, got on the radio, promoted 3 years after that to supervisor.
Okay, so you were only working 3 years before you became a supervisor.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, that was really. Now, is that what you were gearing to? Did you already have like a career path? Like, hey, when I'm going to go be a 911 dispatcher, and then I want to grow. Because some people do go in there, it's like, you know what, I just want to be the dispatcher. I don't really looking for anything more than that.
No, I really didn't have a path in mind. I have a lot of police officers and police personnel in my family, and I knew I wanted to be a part of that. I didn't know that I would be the best to be out in the field doing all that kind of stuff, but I wanted to be able to help in the way that I could help. And so I thought, okay, well, I'm going to go and be a dispatcher. I'm still going to be helping. I'm still going to be helping the citizens and helping the officers and doing investigations and that kind of thing. So I wanted to do that. So I came into the dispatch office and was really just happy with that.
Awesome. Okay. And then shortly after, obviously, a supervisor position opened up, and then you applied for it.
Absolutely. We had a testing process where you had to go and take a test, and then the top people on the test were then interviewed for the position or whatnot. So I did take the test. I scored the highest on the test, and I was offered the position.
Oh, that is great. Now, so you were a supervisor for quite a long time. Tell me about your experiences. How were some of the great learning curves you took growing from other maybe police admin and things and coaching and maybe your other fellow supervisors too? What kind of coaching and just kind of help that you get from everyone else as you guys come together as supervisors to help manage a big team, because Irving has a larger number of dispatchers that work here.
We do have a large team. I was very fortunate when I became a supervisor that all the supervisors that had been in place for a really long time. We didn't have a new supervisory staff. It was all a very tenured supervisory staff. I was the first supervisor that had been promoted in a while.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I came into a very established team that was able to help me out and help with all the processes and learning all the different devices that we had to work on and all the different technology that I had not worked with before. So I did have that fortunate situation where I had a lot of people to learn from. So it was really good.
A lot of good mentors
Absolutely.
That were already established in there. That's great. Okay, what are some great ways that you coach and help out, or tips or tricks that you give as a 911 leader to your teammates or your 911 dispatchers here at your communication center?
So we always just, like I said, want to remind everybody that to know that when people call 911, they're not having a good day and they're going to be upset, and you're here to help them, and you do give them great resources. You may not be out in the field. You may not be able to physically pick up something and move it to the other part of the room, or pick up something off the street and move it around, but we are helping people every day. And that's a great feeling at the end of the day, to know that you've actually helped someone. And if you can refocus, if someone's having a bad day, and refocus, I know that was a bad call and that was hard, but think about what you did for them. You were able to help them throughout their crisis. You were able to get them the help that they needed. So that's really great. And we do offer a peer support team here. We have a full peer support and a wellness unit for the police department and first responders. And so we have training and classes, and we have yoga for first responders.
Yoga, really?
Yeah, we have yoga here at the station, normally once a week, sometimes twice a week.
That's awesome.
Our wellness unit comes and does yoga for first responders.
I'm going to start a yoga at our district office. I have a feeling me and maybe one other person might do it.
Well, you know what? It's great. And we have officers that come and do it, and they have no idea what they're getting themselves into. They're like, I had no idea this was going to be so hard. But it really helps you relax, and it helps you refocus and learn to breathe through when you're having a crisis moment, when you're having something that's challenging, you helping to breathe through that that and helping to maintain your stability and maintain your focus. And so that's really good. That's what the point of the yoga is for, is to help you with those type of things. But we, in dispatch, we do have a great mentoring personality. We have supervisors that you can go to. We have 3 levels of positions here. We have our call screen position that answers the calls. We have our dispatcher position that works on the phones and the radio. Then we have our senior dispatchers that have been here at least 5 years, and that can step into the role of a supervisor. If the supervisor's gone for whatever reason, you can become a training officer as a dispatcher, and then when you're a senior dispatcher, it's required that you're a training officer. And then we do have the supervisor and the manager position. So I have worked my way up through all of those. I've started as a dispatcher, worked my way up, and I'm now the manager over the whole section. So
and that's been recent. It's in the past couple of years. So
I've just right at a year.
Yeah, is it only a year? It feels longer than that. So what are some differences from moving from dispatch supervisor to manager? Because it's not just, when you become a manager at some cities, depending on the size, the manager job just isn't all, you have to communicate with other police admin, city administration, things like that, correct? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So as the manager, I feel that it's really more of a proactive role than a reactive role. The supervisor is really a reactive role. You're in there, you're helping everybody on the floor. If the phone calls get too busy, you're helping out on the phone calls. If the people are bringing problems to you, or they may be coming to you with questions or something like that. As a manager, I'm really a proactive role, and I want to look at what I can do to help them, what they might need, what new programs we can get, what new software I can bring in. Do I need to hire new people? Do I need to make more positions that can be promotable? Things like that. So, and yes, I am dealing with department admin, with the chief, with, our answer directly to a deputy chief, and there's an assistant chief and then the chief. So my chain of command is a lot shorter. It goes directly to the top. So I am working with admin and admin with other departments too. We have many sister agencies that we work closely with. I talk with Grand Prairie a lot. I talk to people at Tarrant County 911 a lot. So
well, you talk to those folks?
I do. I love those folks.
You know what? Bunch of amazing cats and kittens over there, I'll tell you.
Absolutely. Always helping out. I just had a whole big old email string with several of them last week. So
they love communication. We love chatting with you guys.
It's awesome. And you know what? You guys are always so readily available. I'd never have a hard time getting a hold of one of you guys over there, which is such a reassurance.
Hey, if you guys don't sleep, we don't sleep.
Well, I'm not even talking about in the middle of the night. I mean, y'all answer the phone then too, but even during the day, if I can almost always immediately get somebody to answer. If it's not the very first person I call, the next person, I can always get somebody to respond, and that's a great feeling, knowing that you guys are there to support us.
Like even our email chain this morning, I was like, boop, boop, boop.
Absolutely.
Boop, there you go.
Can you do this? Nope, but I can do this. Perfect. Thanks.
I'm all over it like a lampshade. Not a problem at all.
It's greatness.
That's awesome. Yeah, we love helping all of our 911 agencies and everything. So that's amazing that you were able to go through all of those positions. And I think a lot of times folks don't really see the and I can understand why they don't see those positions, because it's not like every time they're posted and it's posted in that order. Because obviously you guys try to promote within.
Absolutely.
And that's great too. So we have learned in past podcasts with your fellow supervisor or your other supervisors that you guys are hiring. And, folks, this is the type of growth that you can do. I mean, Kendall, honestly, did you, when you came in and you were a supervisor, did you ever think like what the time frame would be? Did you see yourself sitting in this manager's office?
Oh goodness, absolutely not.
No, you didn't manifest this?
I didn't manifest this. Actually, when I first started here, this position was a lieutenant's position, so it was a sworn position, right? And then they when they switched it over and turned it into a civilian position, then you kind of start thinking about it. Well, maybe that'd be something I would do way off in the future in your dreamy state, But no, I really didn't. And then the more you grow in your department and the more you learn, you just realize that this is your life and your love, and you are so invested in it. And now I want to do anything I can for this department, and I'm not going anywhere. I am dedicated to this.
Yeah.
And why would you leave? I mean, if you've got the great environment here and the great people that you've literally grown up with and worked with a really long time, and the city is great to work for, and benefits and things like that everybody has that. But just this environment here, Irving has a really great environment. I really believe that, and the whole family mentality mentality is amazing, and everyone helps each other out. And why would you want to leave that?
Yeah, there are a few things. Every city is different. Because there's multiple agencies that are hiring. Every city is different, but a lot of cities will have their own little stamp that you may not see in other ones, but they all have their own personal great qualities. Whether it be, you guys have, Tracy had one over. You guys have a lot of different activities. You just mentioned the yoga thing.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know anybody else. And, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody out there. I don't know anybody else in our district that has yoga. So that's amazing. I might have to pop back in for a little yoga session.
Absolutely. I'll send you the calendar.
See how I go with that. I've done yoga a little time. I did hot yoga. And yeah, because
you get hot enough in regular yoga.
I know. So I did hot yoga. And I didn't do too bad. I always feel like I'm looking at the instructor more, so I'm not really doing what I need to do at certain times. I'm like, wait, is she facing this way? But the thing about yoga is to remember everyone else is struggling with you.
Absolutely.
Everyone else is wondering if they're doing a good job, holding the position right, angling their hips right.
Right, and take this arm and fold it over this arm and move around this way. I'm looking, going, oh, I feel like a pretzel. It's a twister game.
Yeah. Also, helpful tip: make sure your yoga mat doesn't become slick when you sweat.
Absolutely.
Because that's hashtag
that's
hard
a
time
completely
at
different
yoga.
game.
Yeah, because I did that, and I did the hot yoga, and I didn't have a really good mat, and I was sliding, and it was and then I got a different mat, and now it's okay. So anyway, there's things that kind of set some agencies apart from others based on what they offer. I mean, they're all good. There's just sometimes different things. So like I said, you mentioned yoga. Before, we have learned that Irving has different diversity groups and things to promote inclusion and whatnot, to take care of all sorts of employees and everything. So there are some things that, you can also maybe spotlight. Maybe it's someone's listening like, oh, I want to apply. I haven't really put down which one I want to apply for 911, but wow, I am the yoga master. I want to come in, help people, be a great mentor, and then maybe I'll take over that yoga class for them, Or Kendall may want to retire in the next 10 years or so. And
10 years, there you go.
Maybe, did you like how I said that?
I like that.
I was kind of, panning that out. And they want to come in and they're like, I'd like to be a manager here. I like to put my stamp on things. I'd like to, make a change and bring up the new demographics of dispatchers and everything. So, yeah.
There are so many changes coming. Everything is changing. It's getting so much more technical. Everything is changing. So even if you don't have, this wild ideas, the ideas are going to present themselves to you.
Oh yeah, they are.
And you're just going to have to, it's making sure that your agency is ready for it and that your people are ready for it and that you can integrate it as seamlessly as possible. So many changes coming that we're already going to be working with. So if you're into technology and you think, I really like the technological aspect of jobs more, well, you're going to get it here. There's so much technical stuff here that people never really even think of. We have so many programs and things that we use. It's really, really a lot of technical stuff. And we actually are looking for a CAD administrator right now. So someone to maintain our CAD system. So that's a very technical position that we have open currently.
Oh yeah. See, and then they can work in the division of the police department for under that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's a lot of good opportunities too. And it's even, if you come and work in dispatch, I mean, you already kind of have your foot in the door for other positions. So you may start in dispatch and then something opens up and let's say the CAD administrator thing and be like, oh, wow, you know what? Before I came here, I was actually working with this, and this, or
absolutely.
Working with that
you're
company.
Not only do you get your foot in the door of the department, you're learning about the department. Mm-hmm. Everything happens at some point in time. It comes to communications at some point. So You're learning so many different processes throughout the whole department, the things that everybody has to touch certain little aspects of it. But we are in there as well. So you learn so many different processes from all the different sections. So you're learning getting great knowledge when you're in here.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Like I said, I mentioned before in the other episodes with the other ones, I always appreciate y'all's camaraderie, especially when it comes to decorating and kind of keeping it a little bit, ease, have a little fun and things and whatnot. I'm sure as the manager, you're looking forward to even those coming up this year of, decorating things for
We've already
TC
got our
week.
theme.
You have your thing for TC week for next year?
No, we have our theme for Christmas.
Oh, for Christmas? I'm not doing the decorating contest.
I know, but my people already decided what they want to decorate with this year.
I want to make sure. If I could get more people I know it's really tough for everyone to participate, and I completely understand. So if we can and get back in that groove and I think one year we had like 17 agencies, and that was great because then it was real competition.
Yeah.
So you guys have a theme already. So I'm definitely, regardless, folks, watch our social media around December, because I still come up, if dispatch centers decorate, I still promote it on social media because it's really cool. And Irving is known around the county
We have some creative people here
to be decorating all of their stuff. So
we have some great creativity up here. They do some great decorations. It blows my mind sometimes.
Can you give me a hint on what the...
Some people might not think it's a Christmas movie.
I think I know what it is. I don't want to say it.
Okay, don't spoil it.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to secretly, I'm going to cover up the microphone to make it look like it can see my...
That's it.
See how you got... Actually, that hint. If you haven't figured that out, then I don't know what to say. If I got it, then all right, there we go. Well, that's awesome. I really appreciate you sharing everything with your career and whatnot. Do you have any kind of closing statements for anybody who's listening? I mean, about someone might potentially have a thought of looking into a career for 911. Any tips, tricks?
You know what? This is really a great career. Like I said, if you don't think you're physically able to go out into the field, but you want to help people, you want to help the police department, you want to be a part of that, this is a great way to get into it. We have some people that even think I'm going to start in dispatch and then I'm going to move to be an officer, and they think, you know what, this is awesome. I love the fact that I'm able to help people. I'm able to help everybody in the department, and they stay here. We have people that came in thinking they're going to do something, this is just a stepping stone, and it's not. This is a career. This is a profession.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, this is a career. This is a profession, and we have people that I've been here for 25 years. We have people that have retired with over 30 years. So this is a great profession to be in, and you do get to help people, and you help the whole department, you help the whole city.
And if you think your multitasking skills are at 100%, just wait, because they will get even better when you work here. You'll just start doing stuff without even realize you're doing it. You're like, I just did 50,000 things in 10 minutes.
And I heard 3 conversations all at the same time and kept part of all of them.
And some of this stuff sticks with you.
Absolutely.
Like, I can still, even today, I can have a conversation with you and still pay attention to somebody having a conversation next to me, but still be totally engaged with you and answer questions and stuff, but pay attention to what's going here and other things. It's just like your feelers are out there, and you're on for everything.
Yep. Split your learning, split your listening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's great. So as a reminder to everyone, if you're interested in applying to Irving 911 and looking for a great leader like Kendall to guide your way through the 911 career, you can go on the City of Irving, go to their HR under their departments, and you can find the job listed there, or you can do the one-stop shop on our website at tc91.org. They are listed there also, and and that link will also take you directly to their website. So with any updates or whatnot, stay tuned on their social media too. They have a great social media also, Irving Police Department. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the other platforms, and
we have a great social media team as well.
You do have a great social media team, and stay in touch of everything that's going on in the city of Irving. If you're doing your research and looking for a great city to work with, the best way of learning them is following them on social media, see what they're doing in the community, and see if you want to be a part of that family.
Absolutely, we'd love to have you.
So, Kendall, thank you so much for joining me today.
Abby.
I hope you have a great rest of the week, and everyone out there, stay tuned for next week. We have another 911 leader that we're going to be chatting with. And until next time, have a fabulous week.